Chevy at land.
Something I've been like on this too.
Just was a president.
Keep it going.
I remember land. You can see us playing land. Yeah, on the highway, they blocked off all the way.
Oh yeah.
Walking line, just see two miles.
And my office was just outside of the gateway. So
get another through, run another
I
line,
just wanted
come
to
back
go
in.
to the street and watch the whole thing.
Something hit 6 or 8 different things you had to do.
Limos.
He damn near had
It's ambulance.
You only load and offload daylight. It's a great business. And when you land in your spot, there's some Secret Service year 1 intern guy. You have to plan the plan. When you land, park the airplane, you come back on the radio and let us know you have to land an extra people for the transit airplane. And hand an envelope. No, hotel key, already picked the rail car. And so at the third or fourth one I did,
Do not say plant the blind and we say guns up. Let us
we
know
reached in the hangar.
if you have
Air Force One
not
hangar,
planned.
Andrews, and we're like,
We'll try to do it. I'll let you know.
get like tour? Oh, yeah.
All right, here we go. Guns up, guns up. This is the test run, okay? Make sure we get it right.
He came to Little Rock. His prior assignment, and it was maybe whatever.
All right, here we go. Dog to the line.
Every mission. So he's getting ready to retire. You know he's going to get. I said, how?
Bird one.
You want to do what you're doing? Oh, yeah. So,
Bird two.
a buddy of mine was a cabin guy in Cosmo.
All right, y'all go pick them up. That was good. Bird 1 years May could be a hair longer, but that would have been all right.
We're sitting there, I called him on the press bridge today. What's the ma'am? I said, y'all hiring first one? White guy here. Fabricator. I go, hang on. Line 1 under resume is going to say, chief fabricator on Air Force One, day to day. And she's like, they're having the one day. Just have him stop by. And that's what he's still working today.
I'll dig him.
Well, I think that's material.
Right, tell us.
Clinton, believe it or not,
565.
535. Looks like a good story. Oh my God.
I did a few years of Trump University and shook Trump's hands 11 times.
Wow.
They know what's
Time to wait for 2 hours.
Just figured it out.
They said,
They done figured it out.
What did I tell you that?
One point Jimmy.
Y'all have good rain? Yeah. Good food? Yeah.
It's always that.
It ain't a problem. Call me.
Yeah.
Okay.
Which one is I stuck with us like great hotels.
Yep.
Every day you keep walking in there.
One morning.
You know, I look at the concierge floor, but out here can't get the funny thing though,
Working all day.
this is the
Bullshit.
garage venue.
Working all day.
Once you pull inside, you have a red carpet, it's dressing, little white arrows. That little bit red should go on him, so he doesn't have to be like, okay, where am I going? He wants the authority. He wants the
Look at confidence.
peripheral, see those little
I don't know, I mean, that's an old
A lot of times,
right where he's going. So, peel up all the little arrows, arrows down to the stage. So, cool. I think
after that series.
right up to the stage.
That's good.
Peel all the little arrows, like explain to the little arrows. For wherever he's going next. So, you just follow his instructions.
And spot his shorts, right there, more up there in that first series. He had a spot in his shorts. I guess he got that gun too close. He blew a hole in it.
I got 2 or 3 heavy jackets. I don't know how that happened. I mean, know how it happened.
Heard that too.
Jim Tiffin was shooting one for us on that pond. He low. I mean, it looked like our shorts that the women before he pranks on their husband, they wear them in the pool, you know, when they come apart.
There was another crew.
The whole.
We're all loaded up. Okay. They're still over there.
All
horse guy too, but we stay on the ground for a while. Well, that was
Floated, blew the flame out where your control valve is, and I was like this. The flame came out, it burned all the hair off my legs. I got big steel, they got me enough where I was
welded to the frame, a ring and a hole in it, and the chain is tied down here. They're not rated. Most times there's a number there, or we know like on a Hummer or on a 2000. Hey, look. I'm not real sure that you can tell through the ring, they're big chains on there.
They bend.
I'm not
Even
sure
when you
this is
spin
rated.
them on the thunders, you can feel them brand new sometimes. They're like a little off, you know what I mean?
It's got, I guarantee you something's gonna hold. I don't know.
He said he wasn't coming about 30.
Yeah, that sucker's dry.
He's coming about 30, 40.
Right!
Have a clue.
Yeah. I wonder how you Hey.
Well, it is kind of a, I mean, you think it's gonna be a big deal, and it kind of, because you're supported.
They were elaborate too with their uniform. Giddy up.
So for 10 months, I feel this right now. I think we had see where the last we weren't really that strong on the street. This is Air Force One had to respect that. They would have started
Yeah, he lost that thought for the start. So
Man, y'all was both back here talking about
drive over there.
Be up here talking. Like y'all buddies.
They try. This one may go down. They gotta get it.
So it's going well.
always gonna get worse.
Be fun, they said.
I
don't know if I could see him. I heard, man, the hard one.
Hey, where's your dog, Ron?
No. You do. You pull up the little envelope. They give it this hard. It's laminated. And it tells you what it is. Any questions, I'll call this.
Not anymore.
Hey, well, no.
Mine is cheaper.
I got to check. Make sure.
No.
He ain't asking
I don't know
nobody.
what you said.
I'm going to ask.
Everybody saying I lose my slide.
Hey, anybody lose this? Okay, no.
Then they just find that's where they could just. They had it where they would.
Oh, boy, that's helpful. And then when he goes to the fire,
He got it.
I ain't gonna be there.
That's fine. Got it.
Red, he definitely ain't gonna be there. We ain't going in the hunt season. We pushing it to November.
That week this year.
I just, well, like, you're forcing people to choose.
Anything else?
I just don't know. Hey, Scott, if you're forced to choose between Micronized and SRS,
We got that.
What about you can't send whippersnapper over there, your son-in-law?
So
You know that's what you gonna do. Send him.
You got 4 dogs qualified for this.
that's where the point is. Let's go with it. I don't think that's my points need to go with my name. So what do you do? You go, okay, we're gonna do this.
Well, they want that stuff there, and it's also.
And not only that, so if Scott's not running, right, that loses money everywhere. And I know
He's gonna run the crowd.
no,
When it comes down.
financially you can't do it.
You're gonna send one time now for up
Everybody else is like that. They want to be like that, but they're not.
Yeah.
You're going to run it. You're going to play a shot in your pool. Am I here?
All right, the first series we're going to run a 350-yard single. I'll get you.
That's right. 7 a.m. and 10 a.m. We'll stop.
I drove up here because I was got on the cusp, got to the holding line,
He was
pulled
like
the plug.
1 or 2 away, wasn't
Two
he?
back.
Yeah, I think he was close. I remember seeing it now.
I drove an hour down here, an hour back.
Watched so many dogs go down and forgot.
But we push his pallet on.
You damn right.
He's super. So he's the gun that does that. Oh yeah. He Chesney, you know, he was doing this.
September's gonna be really
You tell him I'm not going. Well, guys are enjoying it too, you know. Delta Mark, her husband, they do a lot. Jim Burns?
Oh, yeah, well, not,
no. Yeah. So, okay, so I saw Kid Rock on Friday, Saturday before in Little Rock. Across the aisle, there was an older guy.
Come on, Lou.
Don't pick it up.
What's he picking it up?
No, he didn't.
So he gets all done.
I was
He gets all done. We're walking up the stairs. I go,
What I'm going to say, I'm just saying.
They want to go. Another dad's friend. And I said, okay. And I ever saw that guy. He goes, I didn't know that I could go. He's arguing already with my daughter. Absolutely. You know, it's not like they're locked in there. He goes,
Ron, by the time you go back and get your dog, you come back.
look, that guy is the hardest working guy I've ever met in my life.
What?
I go, you know what this is? He goes, something else. What? I go, he doesn't do concerts until he's 30. I go, he's an always keep us off the bus. And his kids ride the bus. He goes, what? So he makes his kids ride the bus. He comes in the morning to school, and what's the kid to be normal? And I go, he's kind of out there. I go, but he's actually more genuine than a lot of the active ones. He's the real deal. He's like, what? Because he, you know, those, like, Taylor gets on that trolley and slides underneath the stage. He comes out to the end. He just threw his guitar to his whoever and ran around and jumped up there and got it. I go, yeah, he's the real deal. Oh, yeah.
Maybe they misspelled mine.
Did they really?
Somewhere, and John Daly. I'd like to go to that concert. Okay.
My wife, so when John Daly wanted to be my wife, this is Ernie being down here coming from you from
Said, do not pass the decoy. You see when you're handling it. I wasn't handling it. Clarification there. When handling, don't pass the decoy.
Leo would say, did you put that in writing?
anything he can do.
Unless you put that in writing.
It's pretty simple.
Gallagher said, what are you looking at? Well, I'm trying to see where I want to
go. Oh yeah, about that.
Don't worry about seeing it.
Just want to make sure you can see it.
I was close to you 3 times.
I'm over. How many dogs you got?
We can walk to it. We can walk to it. Is it lunchtime? Well, it's the hotel, the parking garage.
It seems like we've been running the series for a week.
We have been.
We almost have. We almost have.
A day and a half.
You would.
Right, exactly. Absolutely, we're still in the second there.
They take care of us.
Well, you know, like the last few years,
They take care of
that
us.
same number of dogs last year.
Weekend event, they give you a stump to sit on, and maybe a peanut butter and jelly sandwich.
Like 92, 93. I remember Bobby. We told him we was gonna cut in at Tyler Patterson's.
Hey, Matt.
Looked like somebody done kicked his puppy.
Traffic standstill on I-20.
I didn't even know that was a
Filled in the bus, some of them are late behind her.
Hey, film
Yoda?
them saying sorry for your
Look, I don't think he's a handler for
No, it's
more.
a single lane and it just rush hour backs
I
up.
remember that one too.
I saw it a different way here.
Kind of like Kamala has Obama.
He's gonna get stuck if he goes through there. Yeah, I promise.
That's what we need, a big white man.
Get a shot of that. He's snarling.
You ever been in Hustler?
Hey, if he can't drive through there, Tommy can probably pick it up and carry it.
Yeah, right. With one arm.
He said they make them heavier up
Move that car. Trying to get some coffee.
Not at all.
It would be nice. Oh. Jimmy, you want to stop with me, y'all? Jimmy, you want to stop getting Tommy some coffee?
Well, that's what I'm saying. They don't know that.
You know the way out? It's not the morning. It's, all day.
Hey, Matt.
Mid-morning what?
The mic's on. The mic's hot.
You guys are talking smack out here.
I'm just letting you know.
I can't hear it, but they can.
Yeah, they got my, they stole my lunch money.
Talking about cheese here. Holy shit. I got a guy in my neighborhood that was old. He put a car charger in over his Tesla.
And he couldn't get no breakfast.
Just burned it.
Hey, that kind of place runs out of great.
Broke Anderson. It's an oxymoron.
Out of Gravy, Louisiana.
Chevron station. Charge me $1 gallon more for diesel.
Sounds about like Steve.
$3.85 there. You don't want diesel, no Chevron. $3.85.
Hey, Shannon.
That was too much.
Yeah. We are live. Hey, Ron? You here? Hey, yeah.
She done learned.
She said, I thought we were starting at 8.
You know, that's Steve Riggins.
Never
I thought we were running out of shit.
So it must be the digestible sugar in there gets quickly, correct. Right. And it's a high, and it's got electrolytes. Most got electrolytes.
I've got a dog. Bird dog challenge. And they would load their dogs up with vitamin C. That thing.
That's the best spot on the map, Leo? For what it's saying. So you're looking at the blinds.
Well, if you've not found food that makes dogs that don't want to drink, that's what I've seen too.
You just not pay attention to the line and leave them out there in the camera and see how many people inch that mat over 2 or 3 inches.
Dog will get hot, they don't want to drink.
So who's the thirsty dog distributor? How far is it?
Agreed.
I was partially somewhere and Bobby was kicking that mat over 3 people. I was marching somewhere. Every time you come over and see me, the mat a foot where I got to your last.
Hit that mat where he wanted it.
Trying to work that angle.
I said, y'all see anything y'all don't like? And they're like, oh. I'll put that English up. You leave the line, I think I'll put that. About $7 later, Bobby come back and, whoo, man, oh.
They did, but they just
Woo.
My back got a wrinkle in it.
Kid stuff. Dog spins out, sets it all Well, with me here, I can be seated on the tree. What is going on?
He's got his assistant.
When you turn around the corner, you turn around the corner, you go the right way. You start coming around the corner.
That's why I got second. I got beat by a girl. Yeah.
Real.
I know people use that. Those dogs travel from travel, don't drink like they get their trailer water when you get down the house. He cooks it up again, so it spreads out. You know what I mean?
Bicycle kicks off. She's still running, chasing him barefooted on the bicycle.
But she was on that truck.
You can't make that. He had a bicycle hitting us.
You got hit with a bolt. You don't get much water down.
I don't know. Yeah. She did get sick. And then
Oh, yeah.
What?
Yeah. So hot open weekend. These guys are going from
They got that side.
Just like, like they graded
you'll see signs on a vet where on the road right there. Open. I got but they don't get each their dog. The dog on the couch.
Right. We started her, and then we took her down and took her out every time it's 65.
Wow.
She's true. And he called.
Oh yeah, it was 96
They
then.
kept jumping. They got an hour. Lights out. So I was out front, sitting on the line, and she
It is. It makes it drink. They drink it. You're right. But it don't make it blow. It doesn't.
They did a lamb on water one. I got her now. I don't do it in training. Just
One kid, he on the county market, has a practice all the time. I got this. So it says we go like this. I get it. I get it. So no, I get it. 4 to 6.
And then we use that promotion.
That'll make it a lot easier to get with the cast. Yeah, bring that back in the middle.
We could run them out of order if some of them weren't here.
All right, y'all come up here and watch them. All right, we're gonna go get your whole thing. All right, guns up, guns up. Dog to the line. All right.
Did they throw? You don't want them to break the sky. Trust me, line up if you want to blow.
Line planter, walk out.
Or not. Obviously, they want to break sky. Maybe even not. Yeah. That boat's broke.
It most of them forever either.
Well, I'll tell you what, they can throw it up there for you.
I got you. I told them.
you'll get tired.
Really?
All right, you can go back. All right, guys.
We're good.
Let's go. Line them up. We got lots of work to do today.
That is good. I pulled it off.
Rock and roll.
That was it.
Bobby! Good morning. I'm good.
Yeah, tell me more about those 2 dogs you're raising for, the 2 dogs you had infected. Who were they added? Oh, yeah?
Always have a
I
good
saw
hunt.
them win out in California.
They did.
Yes. That was my first one ever.
Yeah, that's right.
Really?
Of course, Hill didn't show up on time.
Hey.
Imagine
Traffic
that.
crash. I sent him a text.
Don't
Don't
always,
take that shit from him.
Always something.
He knows.
Traffic crash.
Yeah. It's a real thing. It was.
Maybe once a week. I see something going about.
I know Hill. I know
Whatever, what's up, whatever.
Yeah, that was pretty exciting. My first field trial was that opening with Pat won. Yeah, that was, I was like, oh my God. I can't believe what the dogs can do.
And she did gun guard stuff.
Huh. Deb did? Ah. Yeah, I met her too in Wisconsin.
Jimmy Johnson.
Yeah, was it? We're young at heart.
Fellas got it last time I looked.
You know, in high school you see all the body parts of animals and alcohol.
It's just more
Oh my God.
I don't want to draw it.
I got to agree to that.
Draw off the
Yeah, I would.
Yeah.
What you do is you get your big towel, wad it up inside, and don't pull the never know. Don't know where it came from.
Okay.
TV's
Live?
TV's live.
Screw my chair in the mud.
He jealous with the chair.
Tellis didn't want me being comfortable. He wanted me to sit in the mud.
Right.
Brand new chair.
Right.
That's huge. That's worth about $80.
Think about it, I guess we can take car wash and wash them.
Yeah.
We had more of the other things.
Every mark's flat.
There was alligators.
Water come up.
They moved around.
Oh, gosh.
Yep.
Last night?
No, 2003 or 4.
Oh.
Jimmy, last night?
Well, we were driving to the hotel, and there were lakes on the road. And that was important right now.
Yeah, we come out here last night and shot all the alligators.
Right out
It
of
was
the
in the
field.
decoys when we got here.
Remember where I'm from. Catch some sucker. Get a 2-footer.
I called him over yesterday. I said, if I chicken sit up and drive home, we stay in here. Yeah, we can. That's what we call it.
Mark Riley. Last 8 grade.
Maybe I mean,
All of them there.
Hey Matt, you could probably let that bird boy sit down. Flying platter.
Hey buddy, you can go sit back down, thank you. There is a bird there, correct? Thank you.
I didn't do that. Take it, we gonna have some
Y'all
guns.
gonna stay right here and y'all stand in the
We're gonna have a gun, and we'll have a horse and birds, and we're gonna have a jump next year.
Oh yeah. Yep. Yep.
hot water like that. So they never seen nothing. That next morning they called in Lobo.
Tracy come to me, he goes, go change the map. I looked up, he goes, Gators. I'm like, that.
If you feel that you can run with the best, well, we've got the challenge for you. Something that will take you out of the familiar, out of your comfort zone. But you will get a chance to show that you are worthy. For each dog and handler team, a series of 3 tests: hunt saddle, field trial, and a hunt test. Each one a challenge by itself. But to excel in all 3, you'll have to bring all of the endurance you can summon, all the desire that's inside of you. You'll need the enthusiasm of youth, the wisdom of age. If you can put it all together, you'll be the winner. The Super Retriever Series Crown Championship is presented by Eukanuba. Sporting dogs give us everything we ask and then some. Their nutrition should do the same. By Shreveport-Bossier Sports Commission, we are focused on you. Louisiana Tourism, feed your soul. And by Lucky Duck Kennels.
Let the bass go.
It needs to be orange in the flex.
I know. I think you need to quit lying, Papa.
Matt, did you come out to Oregon? Oh,
It's a 36-hour drive home. Yeah.
So you're taking your time.
I drove out there too. No, we drove straight back.
Good morning, everybody, and welcome back. You're watching the 2024 SRS Crown Championship, presented by Eukanuba. I'm your host, Pat Burns, and I'm here with Mr. Michael Demer.
Hey, Pat.
Michael, great to have you, buddy.
Good to be here with you.
Michael was one of our judges from the 2023 SRS Crown. Tell me about your experience a little bit.
I tell you, I can't tell you how much fun we had judging and setting that up from start to finish. The hospitality that the SRS put out, taking care of the judges, was awesome. They let us put our thinking caps on and get really creative, and I think last year, I was very happy with the results.
Wait a minute, we got to put a hold on that because we got our first dog walking.
Yeah, here we go.
So we'll
Ron and
follow
Rip.
up. Mr. Rip. 5 years old.
Crown champion, amateur crown champion.
Wow. So where did he win the crown? And was he a 3-year-old then?
2 years ago.
That's impressive.
So as a 3-year-old.
2022 crown champion. Michael just mentioned that he wasn't as a 3-year-old. Wow. Well, you got that slot you want between the...
It's on a good line right here.
So our wind is right to left. Now it says our commentary is Pat Burns and David Hamilton, but it's Pat Burns and Mike Demer this morning.
On going to the hat pretty quick here.
So we have a right to left wind, and it's doing what crosswinds do.
Feel like, yep, that's right. Feel like you got to get that dog in that right
Well,
side.
here you go.
Pretty
Okay,
quick.
so let me tell you about my experience. You see where the color changes in the field? The dog's not quite there yet.
Coming up to it right now. Oh,
Yeah.
a little short.
But that's when really things started to get challenging. That's when it would get messy, like right after that point.
It's always amazing that, I mean, the wind's not just gusting, but,
but
even a slight crosswind will push them.
Sometimes I think it almost pushes them more.
Are they questioning to fight it, maybe?
Maybe they're not aware of it. Maybe they're, you wonder, all right, this is what gets messy here now.
This is dangerous here.
You want to be on the downwind side at the end, but you don't want to be on the wrong side of those trees. Okay. Visibility, and I don't, at least on the, here was pretty good. You'd think the brighter it is, the better it would be, but it's not the case. Those trees kind of create a shadow. And
See, he's got his sleeves rolled up. Is he trying to make a little contrast there?
Yeah, I know. He was obviously hoping to use his bare arms as a visibility factor. And sometimes you don't know if they're not seeing you well or they just don't like the idea. they're not buying in on the cast you're given. I said yesterday, if you didn't do anything other than just watch the second half of this landblind over and over, the educational opportunities are unbelievable. So this crosswind proved to make some of these marks a little friendlier yesterday. And now when they know where the bird is, they don't need the wind. He's got a pretty good idea, but he's...
Broke down a little short going towards the... That's not a good place.
That didn't happen much. Now you see two... Okay. Puts a handle on him. That's what happens. I remember 2 or 3 nationals when I first started that the previous winner went out the first series in the following national. It's sometimes it just it just shows you how hard this is, and well, how the playing field is level. And
someone told me one time they've seen extraordinary animals do unextraordinary things.
Oh yeah, no doubt about it.
And you can never judge a handler or a dog on one performance.
No. And the thing that just never ceases to amaze me, how just the most subtle changes in conditions make dramatic differences in the test. And
he took his time lining them up, trying to get a good line here.
Yeah, he's on the downwind side of the holding blind, and here's where I have a little. Okay.
Got that bird good.
Bang, right to the bird. Okay. Well, he needed that mark, didn't he? To help his cause.
I think we figured out the average score in this one was about 63, I think.
That's what you said, right?
That's what it averaged to.
Well,
I think this will fall somewhere.
Okay, so we're looking here. I've got a nice cheat sheet here with the leaderboard, and right now, the amateur division, the dogs on the bubble are about a combined score of 107, but
107s are bubble dogs, so.
But pretty good chance. We've got some awfully, now we're getting our low numbers from the first series, so some of those,
there's plenty,
I think 101, 106, and 107 are probably in jeopardy here.
Yeah. Well, 107 is locked in as of right now.
As of right now.
Yeah, he's locked in. The only thing that could happen is if you get a bigger score that adds up more than 107, it would bump the next guy up.
Oh, okay, I see how this is laying out. You're right, okay, I gotcha. So even if these amateur dogs from today
as long as they stay under 107, they're still going to move forward.
Right, okay, I'm with you.
We've got Sean Jackson and Matey coming up.
And Sean, let me make sure I got
Sean's
this right.
part of the
He's got 2 dogs
plan
here coming up, all right,
Southwest
okay.
Arkansas.
So he had a 39 on day 1. Ron had a 44. So we have 8 amateurs to run this morning. We run 1. They sent Sean back.
I think we had a no bird on bird 1 coming out.
Interesting.
The
Look
timing
at
of
the
that.
difference, things that Sean's got kind of.
He's got a
Kinda
full
long
array of
sleeve.
clothing on, doesn't he?
Yes, he does. Yes, he does.
Getting a little test shot from gun.
Everybody's
gun
trying to
station.
grab a little advantage. Sean's got.
I tell you, if these guys play it right, you can kind of control the timing of that walkout.
Tell me about that.
All right, so you know, if you pay attention, you can hear them calling for the gun
Okay.
and calling for the shot. So you know you take a quick step, get to the mat, and maybe even have a half a second to get settled before the gun goes off.
You're right, because they're not signaling. They're doing it all via
Nope.
radio.
They're doing it as soon as the dog gets the mat, he's calling for the gun. Well, as soon as you get to that mat, if you beat the gunshot, you get him settled and you get a still look versus
Get a little
a walking
better
look
look.
at that bird. I'm giving away my trade secrets here, Pat.
Well, let's talk about that just a second here. He's going to pull off and run that blind. But when the judges are hand signaling,
Ooh,
there's an
89.
89. Ron, yeah, well, he had that little bit of a rough ending on the blind.
That's going to put, that's going to move Mark Carter and Padre up.
Yeah, that's. Ron's not happy with that.
No, that's unfortunate.
All right, I'm going to get back to that little discussion we had about the walk-up and how you manage that. Good start here.
Very good line. A little bit of cover
How
pushing her
quickly,
left.
You know, and I was saying yesterday, one of the techniques I was taught on a hard cross when blind, you keep them.
Oh, he's got to watch those decoys. Remember, there's a 10-point penalty if you move in front of those 2 speckle belly decoys.
Did he move ahead?
He was flirting with the line. I'm sure he's aware of it.
Yeah, sometimes you just, okay, now we're at crunch time. See this dog standing up here. That might be significant. All right.
Important cast right here.
Yeah, I agree. The verbal, but you just don't want to get, it's hard not to get
He's
too
a
much
little-
because the wind's blowing right to left and it's really probably going to
There he
amplify
goes.
the change of direction.
Ooh.
Oh, you really got to be on it here.
You have to, I mean, you got to be really reading that dog right there.
Well,
He's gonna get in there right there.
you know, and it's just because you can't see the dog doesn't mean the dog can't see you. Okay, let's get back to talking about that walk up.
Yep.
So you come up, you hit the mat, you can hear them
Well, you
say gun 1,
yeah.
right?
So the way it was described in the handlers meeting was once the dog or handler, whoever hits the mat first, they'll call for that, call for the bird. So if the point of a walk up, you have to be continuously moving, but at what pace? You can start slow and then
Right.
doo-doo, get your last couple steps, sit, and then the gun goes off.
Okay. And you're just
Versus-
trying to get every advantage you can to get them a good look at the mark.
Exactly. And very important is the angle you approach that mat from. If you just come out, the mat is set slightly off to the right, and if you come straight in, you're not actually looking where that bird's coming from.
So do you
have
come in
to
from the
through-
left, pointed more at the...
You have to come in through the barrier. The best line that I found was coming in through the barriers and taking a slight step to your right, which is putting you almost towards the blind.
Gotcha, because then this...
Because what you don't want them to do is to pick out that short holding line.
Right, which is a camera. Good mark there on that short bird.
And that left-hand speckle belly is very well placed to push
yeah,
you under the arc.
Everybody's talked about that. That's run that.
Yeah.
That
You really want to run right through the middle of it to be downwind of that bird.
and I hadn't paid attention to see if it, because when I started looking for it, I never saw anybody go left of it. But
I don't think I've seen anybody go left. It's scary to go left.
it sure looks like that. Well, there's one that went left.
Look,
But the dog's ears
bending
were
in
up,
there.
and it just, you get that feel like, I think this dog knows where this bird is. Now, you have to assume they're going to win this bird on the left.
Let's see here. Right there.
Well,
Good
he
mark.
got right into the bird.
Yep. Should be a fairly decent score.
Oh, you bet it is going to be. Yeah, I think Mr. Anderson's going to be
I
in
think
kind
the
of
dog
trouble.
on the way back from the first mark it picked up kind of looked over towards that tree, indicating that he knew there was another bird out there.
So that's going to put Mr. Anderson more in 90, like around 20 or 21st place. He's got a 133 combined with.
Still plenty of dogs left for some movement to happen on this. Mark Polkey coming up with Cutter. See if Mark has some home field advantage being from Louisiana.
Oh, okay. Mark had a 39 on day one.
Looks like Cutter saw that bird pretty good.
QA2. I love some of these Louisiana names.
When you read that name, you got to read it in Mark Polkey's voice. He's as Cajun as they come.
Oh, I love it. I tell you what, Louisiana's had a rich history of good dog people.
Well, that dog missed the slot to the right there. I don't know if I want to call it missed it, but he took the right-hand slot.
Broke a little more towards the poison bird.
Oh, Mark, be careful of them decoys. That makes me nervous when they hit that right of them two snow goose decoys, if they burn that line to that mark.
True. That's what, when the wind was blowing a little left or right, boy, that right-hand line pushed them behind the gun. All right, good whistle there. Oh, but
gotta sit.
Got that stop was not. That's what kills you.
Went in the hunt mode a little bit. Dropped that nose.
Oh, I tell you, and I said yesterday that when blinds start to falter, the first erosion or you're stopping. That dog kind of coasted in.
Oh,
you see how he's.
You almost think he got a little wind of something. Either some dog traffic or.
Well,
he's gonna get it right there, but
actually, when he hunted his way to the right before he stopped, it put him in a more favorable position. How easy do you think it is to tell as a judge if he's ahead? I mean, it's almost like you need a line marked in the grass there
for them to
tell where
belly line.
Yeah, because he was.
So the way we did it last year, when we were judging, we had in our final series, we had one judge whose job was to watch that.
There you go.
There you go, matey.
Sean got a
21.
21. Well, he's got to be pleased with that.
So we had one judge dedicated to watching that penalty.
Oh, he was like your head linesman, huh?
Yeah. So in the finals, it was actually myself. I went and I stood by the back of the boat to make sure I was watching if the dog came out of the dog hut. So I had to get out of the tent and go position myself hidden behind the boat to watch that. So.
Oh, interesting.
So I'm sure one of the three of them has decided that they'll be the one to watch that line.
Well, Sean's going to be our low dog for now with a combined score of 60. 39 and a 21. That's too solid efforts.
Cutter had a small hunt on that right-hand bird. Nothing too out of pocket.
Sit down.
I'm still learning some of the point systems. So a bad initial line does what? How many points?
Are we talking to Mark on the blind?
On the blind.
There's I have to.
They don't differentiate between mark and blind when they talk about a line.
So on a mark, you're going to have an offline score. if you imagine a laser beam from that dog's paw to the bird being a 0, you know, so if you're 1 or 2 steps off to the right or left, that's going to have a point value.
Gotcha.
And then it grows the farther offline you are. Poor initial line, I think, is 5 points.
Okay.
Or maybe
Would you
two or
consider
5,
to the right of those goose decoys versus
I
left to be a point? And it's not. The goose decoys, you wouldn't be that obvious.
I think those decoys are set there for a reason.
Yeah. Well, they put them in the.
Even like on that blind, I think they want you to the left of those 2 snow goose
I thought
decoys.
he was going to come up with this pretty quick, but he's covered.
Pretty good hunt here.
Now he's going to go visit the thrower there, as you can see. God, you would think that.
I saw yesterday quite a few dogs just got in there and they saw the bird, not necessarily winded it.
I'll tell you, I did something that I'd like to do when I can. When I competed, and dogs did things that were, man, oh man, he just can't seem to. There you got it.
Looked like it fell in a little depression right
there. Oh yeah, it's over a little berm. And so I walked out to the end of that blind, I walked out in that area of that mark, and I just wanted to get a feel for what the dogs were seeing. And you're right, when they started, I can't help but think possibly when that rain came in, knocked the cover down a little bit because dogs were acting like they saw it.
Yep.
So, because we had a
it was a lot fluffier
pretty heavy
before the
rain. So it could have.
Had a pretty good rain delay yesterday. Allowed me to catch up on a little nap in the truck.
Oh yeah, and it came down and shots of lightning and. So we've done 3 dogs in a little over 18 minutes. So we're improving our.
39.
So yeah. I'm waiting for Mark's score to come in.
Mark's going to have to stay around a 52 to make the cut.
Okay. Well, I'll tell you what, I'm loving this cheat sheet we got now. We can really kind of keep you abreast of what's going on.
When it starts getting down here and the guys know the number they need, he's hesitant to walk back to the truck. They gave him a score, but we didn't hear it.
Yeah, we'll see it posted here. Well, Luke's got 2 dogs to run here. He's got to be feeling pretty good about that. He'll be feeling better when he gets this under his belt.
There's Henry.
9-year-old.
Field champion, SRS amateur champion, and a SRS champion, master hunter.
Well, this dog
Mr. Henry's been there, done that kind of guy.
Right. That's cool. Well,
I ran against Henry earlier this year in Mississippi, and we had to jump over a small paddle boat, and boy, that field champion in him just kicked in, and Luke was nervous he was going to get it. He just ride over it like nothing.
very good. Well, Luke sat up in the booth with me last year quite a bit. This year, it looks like he's going to be standing on line instead of with me.
I think Luke is a great ambassador for this sport.
Yes, I thoroughly enjoyed my time with him. Luke's from Anderson, Texas, isn't that correct?
Yep. He's down there around Danny Farmer.
Well, I know Danny well.
I think Luke actually leases ground from Danny.
Okay, there's your color change line.
Right there.
Yeah, to me, that's a real critical spot.
Important.
He goes
cast
verbal.
right there.
Well, okay, he must have known this dog tends to change direction a lot. He went with a verbal back, but I love that spot there. You just hope not to get too, all right. The verbal did what you wanted there.
He's on the wrong side of the wind. There, he stopped him. He's going to get him in there.
See?
Ooh, refusal.
Turned the wrong way.
So that, I mean,
but
that's
he's right on the doorstep.
That was a 7-point cast right there. He's right there at it.
But a number of handlers early, little come-in whistle there. You couldn't tell the depth. And boy, that just, then it went south in a hurry.
55.
There you go, 55.
What did we say our number was?
What did you say, 52? Ooh.
It's going to be close. Unfortunately, I don't think that's going to do it.
Puts him at a 94. So that puts...
It's going gonna move
Carter and Fly there
up
bump up into the
into the 18. And what it's also doing is every time somebody bumps up into
well,
it, everybody else is
two of them,
bumping
both
up.
Carter and Clark.
Well, you can only replace it with one.
Oh, that's right. I got you. So, I'm with you. So, but he goes behind
Yes.
Clark.
Yeah, he'll fall into
actually
here, which bump Carter up.
goes right in there with Steve, and also has a 94. So. It's like Selection Sunday for the NCAA tournament or something. Everybody's sitting there.
Yeah, everybody's all buddy.
Here's
buddy.
a good view here. Do you appreciate dog view? Oh my goodness. That's a little bit maybe below the dog's head, but it still gives you a perspective that we don't have when we're standing at our height.
No hand send on this little easy bird.
Oh yeah. Now you're really trying to.
Yeah, you don't
His
want
gait's kind of slow. Tail starts cracking.
He knows something's
He knows
there.
when this bird's here. Now he may be.
Ooh, he broke to the.
That's
the
what
cameraman.
Ron's dog did.
All right, Henry, engage that field champion.
Well, he's not over by the holding blind. Now see, hunting those trees, that happened a lot yesterday before the rain. Ooh, this is a peculiar hunt. The way that dog is hunted into the wind there, and he's pretty convinced this bird is to the right. Oh. I tell you, it just, as a handler, you think I could almost reach out and grab that bird, and I just can't seem to get it. And
that breaks your heart in that little.
Oh my gosh. And he's having to work hard to just bump him over a little ways.
I think he's a little short right here.
His first pass was, let's see where he actually picks this bird up. It's
right behind that dark spot to his left. Oh, right there.
Oh, he was
close.
I bet you he was 10 feet short of it. Not much. On his initial look, and then
The hard right turn.
Made a hard right-hand turn and went over
maybe
the holding blinds and had to be handled out of that. Like you see a little.
Pat, what do you think about bird and mouth as you're lining up on that memory bird?
I like to get a pre-delivery look. That's what I call it. Yeah, bird and mouth.
Take your time, let them settle and focus with the bird in their mouth.
The only time I'll refrain from that is if, like, maybe your first series and they're really hot.
Hot, yeah,
and
on a long bird.
To get the bird out so they can they can breathe better. But my routine is to come in, try to get a first look on when their butt hits the ground the first time. I'd like to have them in their ideal spine position. And then
Oh, Henry took a little cut right here.
Well, he's bending a little bit there, but. Oh, Luke says, what in the world?
Visibly disappointed.
And the dog's gait just looks kind of uncertain. I think, sometimes you have that rough right-hand mark, and it just you can see this dog is, you see how he's a little nervous about his hunt pattern. Sometimes you think they're almost thinking about maybe popping. He went on, he didn't pop.
No.
Now he's gonna.
He knows if Luke sent him, there's something he's supposed to find. I mean, you don't get all those letters before your name by.
He came up with that bird, but that's not what I expected to see. So this left-hand bird has proved to be more difficult this morning, as well as the right-hand bird. We've had two handles on. They were yesterday afternoon.
Some of our top dogs coming into the first.
Yeah, that's going to be. So Luke came in with 38, right? So he needs to be under
92. Yep, because our bubble would move down one.
Yes. with a gust of wind. Getting pretty intriguing now, isn't it? You know, these big events like this, they start out kind of slow, and so he needs to get a 54 or 54. Does that put him where at?
54 would put him at 92. They'd be tied. And so the way a tie would work would be the dog with the lower score in the current series would move ahead.
Well, if he gets a 92, Carter has a 41 in this series, so he needs a 53, right?
Yes, 53. 53 would get him in. I think with the big hunt and the handle, I don't think he'll get there. Just off what I've seen on the scoring.
Mr. Lyle Steinman up here.
This is a terrific dog.
Stewartsville, Missouri.
So Jordan was our second place team of the year in the open dog. And Jordan's another one of them been there, seen it kind of girls.
Yeah, she certainly gives you that by looking at her. That little gray
Beautiful
beard
dog.
a little bit.
Ooh, Lyle's going to make sure he hits that slot. Ooh.
Couple early whistles here. Now he's on a pretty solid path. But this is where right as they pop out of there.
Right at the back of
This is
the
when they
cover.
start fading.
Yep.
Come out of those burdocks a little bit.
I think the birds are pushing them, you know, hopefully keeping them one way.
Okay, well here we go. He's back on track. But here's our
your
right
line.
here. Here's our line. Right there is when things change.
It's funny, everybody starts to handle right there.
This is where this is
a big cast.
This is
here.
hard to get a cast here.
Our wind's picked up a little bit
Yes,
too.
it has. Yes, it has. And this is there's some heavier cover, some branches on the ground there that the dog.
They almost think it's right there at that brush line, that they don't need to get back in there. There she got it.
He had to work at it a little bit, but he finished it off.
I think.
With some good
Notice
aggressive handling.
The handlers are switching to the
Switching color
camouflage, yeah. A little lighter with a darker background.
Yeah, because they went to, almost everybody went to black yesterday afternoon. Almost everybody.
Oh.
Carter played with a couple colors. He had a can. And then second dog he ran, he went to black. Who was it? Steven. Steven was going for the left bird second with every dog. Or when he came back with the blind.
I think that was, it's just, I was processing that and thinking, you know, he was going left maybe just so going right back down. We're talking about burning that line to that right-hand bird.
Right.
Take a little pressure off that, get your left bird, come back in and still have a clear mind to go get that right bird.
So Lyle stepped up a little bit. Looks like this guy's in a pretty good spot.
There you go, Jordan.
All right, good mark there. Boy, it's quiet up here. Not many people talking. You can feel kind of the excitement, and I feel like I have to talk like a golf announcer. I guess we're not close enough that last year we were right on the back of your tent one time, and we had to be real careful.
Yeah. What always scares you, what scares me when I was handling is you can hear the replay playing behind you and you hear the whistle and you just hope the dog doesn't hear it.
On this tent over here, you can hear it? Boy, that's...
If they have the volume a little up.
Okay, well, he's got a nice start here. Lyle's done everything he can do.
Stop short of his speckle belly line. She's in a good spot.
The dog's stride change just a little bit. She's kind of right. You see her look over a little bit to the right.
There it is. Oh.
She picked up some information from some sort, whether it was the smell of the bird. Yeah.
She was close. She was real close.
Really nice.
That should be a pretty good score.
Well, that should put him in, punch a ticket to the next one, I would think.
This is becoming a game of just surviving right now.
Yeah, you can't. All right. right, Luke, and a 110. Well,
And that's gonna bump somebody in.
that puts him at 148. So that's going to move Clark and Toombs into the top 18, is it not? Yep. So we've
So now move our bubble down.
Move our bubble down to 93.
93.
Yeah.
Just so I know.
This score ought to be pretty solid.
You know, some of these guys, they go up there and they're doing the math in their head and trying to know, they kind of have an idea of where they need to be, and they might let a dog hunt a little longer instead of the handle, save the points. But
Lyle had a couple, 2 or 3 early casts on that line, so he's. But had.
Sometimes you gotta forget that math and just go up there and run a good blind. You know?
That's right. I agree. We had that discussion.
I preach that heavy to.
The only judge that I worry about is the judge in my own head. All right, here we go. Scott Greer from Friendship, Tennessee, with Bogart.
Look at the drool hanging. You think he likes his job?
Look at that. He's got that drool coming out of his mouth.
He wants that bird. He said, "I'm licking my lips, Dad. I seen it. I'll go get it."
Got the line he wanted. See that little piece of burdock there?
Yep, that first dark one.
He went just to the right of it, and that was kind of one of our spots yesterday we were talking about. All right, to me, this is a very critical zone, this middle part. You need to convince him not to fade. You let that fade get established. Okay, there's our dark. You got a great cast there.
We're still rolling.
Wow.
Ooh.
Did he get that cast?
He's in there.
Well, that's pretty now.
Good.
That's pretty. That was as pretty a blind as we've had.
Do you think he carried that one cast for 60 yards, maybe more?
That middle part of that
the
line
middle.
Was spectacular.
Yep.
It looked for quite a while like he was just going to take it right to the peg, and then that change of cover in trees, he broke down a little bit, but all right, there you go.
37.
Wait a minute. Are we sure you got Jordan and Cour? I think that's
supposed
Lyle.
Steinman.
I think double check that
handler.
The handler on that 37 score. Because Luke posted a 110, I think, just prior to that.
And then put Lyle at a 74.
Let's let them confirm that that's the deal. Okay.
Got his right bird. This adding up to be a good run right here.
Yeah, it is. Now he says, come on, let's just put this one in, get back to the truck, and get ready for the third. Number 66. How'd you play the mat? Where did you run this?
I really wanted to open up that, because that speckle belly decoy is going to push that dog right. And I wanted to open it up to see that field.
Did you run up in that where that?
I ran in that same corner.
Yeah, I think everybody see most of it. Well,
so I ran the very first dog on this, which is not a good thing. That means he was the worst dog in the first series, but
the youngest dog in the trial?
He was the youngest dog in the trial. Yeah.
Oof.
There you go, Scott. That should be a good run right there.
That's our run of the morning, probably.
Yep. And I really wanted to get that corner of that mat, so I had to make sure it was okay to move the bucket out of the way.
I'm going to assume
that corner.
Lyle was the 37 score they just posted.
That'll keep our bubble at 93. And maybe for some people who don't know what the bubble is, that's the score, the cutoff score going into the next series, because we're going to cut to the top 18 and 18 Pro and Am dogs. So combined score of first and second series needs to be 93 or less.
You know, in the world of field trials, everybody's anxious, waiting for callbacks.
Yeah.
You don't have to wait for them here.
No.
When that,
and it takes the guesswork out of.
and when that, right,
you know.
when that announcer would say, "Here are the callbacks," boy, your hair would stand up on end, just like praying to hear your number. Especially if you knew you were on the bubble. Okay, here we go. Mr. Bobby Wills. Ooh, that dog. Did he get a look at that bird?
I think he
was
got a little
almost
piece
coming
of
back
it.
to heel when
He had a little spin in him.
Max and Bobby Wills, another
7-year-old
handler from the volunteer state. Seven-year-old Max. Got that right-hand line.
He didn't get the left slot everybody's been trying to hit. That poison bird hasn't affected him with that cross the wind way I thought.
A couple
it
dogs
might say.
threw their head up, but to get a casting off of it hadn't been that difficult. Okay, here we go. There's your change in deal. This is when dogs love that whistle right there. Love it. I mean, that just
went silent.
Come on, make it. Yeah, but he wants to cast it into the wind. My rule of thumb was silent, into the wind, verbal with the wind.
Yep.
Boy, you pick up one bad cast refusal.
Winded it deep and left there. It's going to earn him some points.
Little messy there at the end. A little messy. I mean, really, a little bit of a right initial line, solid right up into that. Well,
good middle portion of the blind.
Yeah, right up until he got down to the trees and picked up a cast refusal. And actually, it could have been a lot worse.
There you go. Look at that score.
Ooh-wee. Well,
Scott's putting the heat on him.
Like I said, we are 13. That puts Scott at 47 total.
Scott's going to make stay in the top 18 and make a jump towards the front.
Well, you're just trying to make the 12-team playoff from here on in, right? Just like the.
You're just trying to make the cut.
This is like the Associated Press poll in college football on Sunday. You're waiting to see did you go up or did you go down?
You can't win it if you don't make the top 18, right. And then the top 12 and top 6.
So our bubble is. Ooh. He got up and laughed. It looked like he was just about to pick the.
Looks like he was heading back towards the blind, maybe? No, I can't. Oh, there, he went way left.
Sometimes those yellow dogs are just a little bit hard to see in that cover, and I kind of took my eyes off on that.
I did too.
He had just had it. And.
Wasn't a bad handle, didn't fight him much.
Boy, it's interesting though. Just when you watch a test over the span of 3 days, it's almost like entirely different tests at times. Because we ran a handful of dogs at the end of day 2. With our weather delay, we couldn't finish yesterday, and now we had, what, 21
Did you send him on back?
Sure sounded like it. Now, maybe I don't know Bobby, does he send on back on everything? Some people do.
Some.
It was an old school style. Whatever he sent him on, he sent him to the bird.
Send him to the bird. Don't care what you send him on, if that's the mark you
This
get.
will be interesting here.
What did we need to... He had a 30.
30. All right, there's a look at our open division right there. Well, you're looking at the
old.
Michael, you're going to come back next year strong.
With that young dog.
Yeah.
I got one in the top here.
Cool. All right, so we've got, all right. Well, that 91 was our bubble dog. There we
63
go.
would tie it.
Clark 93, there's some, well, you're starting to see 86, so
86 with Bear.
those are going to play ball. 92 is going to play the way we got it figured. That 94 is just sitting there waiting for maybe somebody to stumble a little bit.
I'll tell you what, that 94 dog, that's one you don't want to let sneak in.
Oh, is
He's
that
good.
right? Onyx?
Onyx is good.
All right, there's my man Carter. Carter's got a big wardrobe. You never know what he's going to come up with. So we've had almost solely professionals running here in the last batch. But we're going to hit a group of amateurs because there were 5 of the top 7 dogs on day 1 were amateurs. So we'll hit a stretch of amateurs in.
I know this dog's name is Red, but I didn't see the rest of his credentials there.
All right, Carter Turner's running Red. 9-year-old yellow Labrador male. I think you guys could see that he's yellow.
Good
nice
line
start.
right here.
Nice
Good
start.
line.
Nice start. Now you're kind of watching to see if, but now he started the bend. You're going to get a read right here, like how big a fight is this dog going to put up on these right-handed casts.
Switch whistles as soon as he didn't get what he wanted.
Dog's kind of not quite sitting, but I mean, he stopped. Now, is that an indication of, Carter, you better get this cast, buddy. Oof. Carter didn't wait. He went.
Oh, he's kind of wanting to go into hunt mode a little bit.
I bet you this. Boy, it still didn't help, did it? Dog kind of just. Carter's. Here's the risk here.
Ooh,
It's been the wrong way. Oof. Well, he kicked him out of there.
Had a little couple bobbles there
Yeah,
at the
he did.
end.
He did have a few bobbles there.
Recovered.
Dog. What's Carter got left here? Has he got
79.
He's got
79 with Max.
79 with Max, huh?
I think that's going to unfortunately bump him too.
Bobby,
At a 30.
Puts him at 109.
Yeah.
Well, remember what you said about Onyx getting in?
Yeah, I did.
Put Onyx in?
Onyx didn't get my vote to get in. I've seen that dog do some incredible things.
Well, sometimes you got to just, if you just get in the playoffs as a wild card,
yeah,
you got a shot. Well, looks like that's going to give Steven 2 dogs.
Oh, he did the hard right-hand turn.
Isn't that interesting now?
The 3rd or 4th one to do it this morning.
Because this wind was light and right to left yesterday afternoon. Now it's quartering in at you.
Looks like he worked it out, though.
He did work it out. Look at him. He's kind of talking to himself about that wind direction. You see how a golfer, after makes a swing, sometimes he just looks at it and makes a couple other swings to say, like, what could I have done different? Because Carter's got 2 more to run, so he's not only doing the best he can here, he's trying to get a read on how this has evolved from yesterday and what adjustments he needs to make. And you folks
Firm
listening
send,
at
but
home,
not too hard.
not too hard. You don't want to punch him too hard, but you folks watching at home, if you're here, you know, obviously entertaining, but educational as well. But I'd pay close attention to how Carter runs his next 2 dogs and if he makes any changes and adjustments.
Red kind of went under the arc there, which isn't, the wind's not going to give him the bird, but you should smell the gun right there.
Yeah. I think he
there
turned, and I act like when he spun away and was headed that way, he saw the bird. So Well, that should.
Two good bars. Didn't handle.
Had a little bit of a hunt on the
Little
right
bit of
bird
mine.
and a
What did-
little bobble on the long
What did
one,
Red
but
come in here with? 26.
so
And our bubble's at 93, right? No, it would change.
94.
94 now. Carter needs to stay under 68.
Under 68.
Dustin, Owens, and Fancy coming up. On the amateur side.
Yep, we're back to the amateur side.
Our bubble's still 107 on the amateur, right?
Yes. So why didn't they run 25?
No, I think our bubble would have changed when we lost.
Yes.
It'd be 115 now.
Fancy, 7-year-old Labrador female from Rockledge, Georgia, Dustin Owens. Qualified all age. Grand Hunter Retriever champion.
It's a very talented
Master
dog.
hunter.
I've known Fancy for a while. She's got some talent.
This is Fancy. This is the Reba McEntire dog.
Yeah.
Don't let me down. Dogs are wanting that right line. You can only assume that's a bit of a poison bird factor, but or that handlers don't want to get too left a line. Okay, now he just. Okay, now this is phase 2 of the blind to me. Phase.
Ooh, there's the poison
There's
bird.
the one that really winded it. It goes with the big verbal to
drive her out of there.
Get out of there. And he, as a handler, I really want to study where that dog winded that bird, because
she really committed to wanting to get it.
Right, but I'm saying that you know, the reason I want to study that as a handler if I'm coming up is I just want to be in hyper awareness, like when
You want to have your lungs full of air at that moment.
Look at him, he's finishing this.
Gonna get in there good.
Ooh. Oh yeah. There's the danger.
Oh, there's
the early coming whistle. That can kill you. Oh, and he was just.
Yeah, man.
There is an incredible
He was a foot
example.
from the bird.
Now, again, we're looking at a blown up view. I mean, I have all the sympathy in the world for how challenging that is.
You think they're there and you're scared of losing them deep and left. And
Did he?
now she almost doesn't want to go back in there.
My goodness. Well, I tell you, and the reason I have every ounce of sympathy, I guarantee you that dog wasn't.
She was close.
3 to 4 feet from winning.
She was
that.
close, Pat.
I mean, it couldn't have been any more than that.
Almost.
Oh.
That. Pat, something tells me you only know about that coming whistle because you probably experienced it before.
I mean,
we all have.
All right, Carter. What does that do now? What did you say? 58. Oh, yeah.
What would he? 58.
He came in with a 26, so that puts him at
an 84.
84. Okay, that puts him safely in the. Actually puts him in second place right now, doesn't it? But we got a 47, 84, 94. Oh, there's a 74 there. Yeah, okay, right. Puts him in.
You got to wonder how.
Third place, I guess.
When that dog came out of that blind and then got left, that's obviously not what the judges want to see.
No, they don't.
And they're going to ding you pretty hard there.
They are.
So Dustin needs to come out of this below 88.
Now, again, total Monday morning quarterback comment here on my part. Hindsight. But if you had to do it over, a right angle back silent.
Once you pass that little line of cover.
Right where he was sitting,
Yeah.
at that left, because he's he goes
versus that coming
2 dog lengths. You're trying to put him in the scent cone. And now you can't see him well. The best way to judge the depth is let the dog's nose tell you. Because there's no way you could tell. Your only information is the fact that the dog hadn't winded the bird yet.
Yeah.
You could tell. And it feels like if he'd have turned and went 1 dog length deeper, he'd have winded it.
That was tough. Got the right mark clean. Now we'll see.
Yeah, he can't absorb much of some bobbles here.
No, I think they see that bird when they kind of come back.
Yeah, especially if their head's up looking for it. Some dogs like to hunt with their head down. But if they come in trying to use their eyes a little bit, along with their nose, like let's see what it would be like right in here. Does a dog's head's up? Look, he's looking around a little bit more there.
I think she got it right there.
Boom. Okay, little hunt there. It's going to be interesting. All right, we're looking at amateur division again there. We've been kind of talking about this bubble here that we've got at 115. Well, these guys, well, they give them their all, but they're not going to.
The thing about this game, Pat, you're not out till you're out.
Right.
You might think, hey, 115 yesterday, I hope he didn't leave and pack up.
Well, that's right. But 120, you're right. 122, well, is that, well, there you go. We got Nick
One
in the
DNF
corners, 107, the 79, 96 are safely in the, moving on. Lee Spivey. Lee did a wonderful job of handling yesterday. She put a 70 up there with that Cane High Point dog. And
we actually just had a litter of Cane puppies, and they are beautiful.
Oh,
They're
okay.
7 weeks old now.
I'll tell you
Excited for that future.
You know, the sire is so important. All right, we got Mays, Luke Cour coming back. Luke's from Anderson, Texas, 4-year-old Labrador female. But it's that bitch line.
Oh, for sure.
I mean, if you can get a great, strong female, and then obviously a great sire, boy, you could. That's exciting. Yeah, that'd be the
good line right here. Look at
great start here.
Yep. As soon as they clear those burrs,
see,
right there.
See, right there, they start.
Fade left. You think they see that alley?
Yeah, probably.
And a little bit of wind.
The wind pushes them a little bit. There's a corridor there that it kind of attracts them.
Oh, can she see him?
Yeah.
There you go. He walked the cast out smartly.
Boy, oh boy. Okay. You're glad you don't have a loopy left turn, but he's got work to do. All right, there's the cast you need. Boy, that was a little gutsy.
That was a little gutsy. I didn't want to say anything.
Man,
it was over.
Man, I tell you what, I couldn't have kept from blowing that.
Yeah, how many people would have blew that whistle right there?
I would have.
Yep.
No, I don't know if the whistle. Oh, there's
95.
Let's see, 95.
Wow.
Huh?
That's going to move that bubble.
What's that put him at then? 105.
I can put him at a 122. And who's that going to bring in?
Well, there's another 122 here. And the difference is that 122 had a better score in this test, right? So
that so that would put
that that 122
low score in the current
behind.
series moves ahead.
Okay. Well, you taught me something there. Boy, there's a lot going on right now. I mean, there's
a lot of movement on this board.
A lot of movement on the board is right. Now here's another dog that.
Well, that would put. Then that would put.
Threw his nose up and went right.
That's the 5th dog this morning to do that.
You know, I've been doing this a long time, and I couldn't tell you give you any explanation other than they obviously, with this wind, they smell
I think they're
the
winning.
bodies on the right, but they were.
You wonder maybe they didn't get an exact look where that bird came from. That's the
Mhm.
first obvious
Mhm.
gun station they see. Smell
Boy,
a person.
And like it yesterday morning, when they found this tree line yesterday morning, they weren't far, but they didn't want to leave it. This dog probably gonna, I would think, will work this out.
He's gonna engage and handle right there.
Ooh. I think this is gonna be the hardest thing as a handler here.
Just got an updated bubble from Shannon. 122 is our amateur bubble. That puts Ron and Chop into our top 18, and Fancy just
gotta be happy.
Fancy's
for that.
yeah, just behind him with the same score. And we got another one, our open bubble.
One more click, huh?
Yeah, that one more would get Dustin back in. And then our open bubble is sitting at 94 with Steven and Onyx. That guarantees Onyx in with Mark Polkey sitting right behind him.
I tell you, Steven says, I'm going to make you pay for that one now. I'll tell you, I've run my best nationals when I've kind of stumbled early and I just said I got nothing to lose. And I'm sure that's probably what Steven's thinking right now. Like, all right.
It's like when you go into the Grand and you handle in your first series, all the pressure's off you. There's nothing you can do. The dog's got to do his job now. You just do everything you can to put him in the best position and
well, Luke
the cards fall.
Luke hit that bird nicely, that left one. Had some bobbles on the right
should
one.
be a pretty good score. I mean, even with the head of handle, had a good blind though.
Mm-hmm.
A really good blind. So Luke would need to go.
We got Carter coming back up with dog 14. Blue, Carter Turner. And Blue coming to line here now.
So Luke needs to stay under 96. I think it's going to be close, but I think he can do it with that run.
We're about an hour into our test this morning. How many dogs have we run today? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Is this our 10th dog here?
I know everybody's ready to get this series over, but I'm enjoying sitting up here with you.
I am too. I am too. This is all right. Carter takes him off his feet, switches sides.
There we go.
Did you notice what he did? He put his hand down. He probably said no.
No. He has a very definitive poison bird plan.
Male. You could see some. When I say battle scars, he's been
Mr.
out in that
Blue's
field
been around.
busting cover. Well, you got the good IL. Oh, look, Carter puts that. I'll tell you what. Now, remember I told you about Carter making some adjustments? That was one adjustment right there. He blew that early whistle. He said he is not going to let the thought of going left get started. Watch it right. He's going to stop him right there. I think. Well, I would have, but come on, Carter, finish this thing now, buddy. Yep.
Pretty good line right there.
I told you he was good. There we go. There's a Carter fist pump.
Now, Pat, I'm still competing. We can't cheer him up too much. He's going to get a big head.
Well, you know what?
You can't help but love the kid.
Oh, and I just like to see those well-executed blinds, and
he did it. Mays. So Luke's going to stay in with Mays.
Okay, 42.
Wasn't it? I mean,
well,
good score with a handle.
And that was
he saved himself a lot of bleeding on that blind.
And that smart handle. I mean, I tell you what,
you can quickly rack them points up letting them hunt too long.
So that puts him at 68. Is that right? 42 and a 26. 68.
No.
What? Now this is interesting.
He told him.
Did he?
He pointed him at the camera station and told him no.
Interesting.
Whoa.
Well, Now, I'd be a little afraid you'd drive him long, but he didn't. The dog just, well.
Worked.
Damn right it worked. Now, because I would have thought sometimes you say no as firm as he did.
They're going to run by that next bird they see.
He didn't. And you could tell the dog's body language didn't, like, he didn't like, oh, it didn't make him worried. Like, it just gave him information. And
I told you Carter's been sitting back there in his truck watching.
Oh, you bet he is.
What?
So Carter's got one more to run after this. Yeah, Carter wants him to put this between his shoulders and cut in a little bit, but
there it is.
Look. Now you're getting the Carter fist pump. That's going to give you a solid score there.
Yeah, a really good run.
Really
good
score.
run.
I'd be very interested to, if you just put a film together of every dog Carter ran on this test and saw how he changed and adjusted strategies. That was the biggest adjustment right there. He blew that early whistle.
It's good coaching. He's coach. I mean, he's the coach to them dogs, right? You go in at halftime, you make adjustments, you come back.
He made, and we're all talking about the crucialness of those whistles at the end, but I think that whistle about at the 40% mark was golden. He never let that fade to the left get established. And it doesn't, it's not like you're that far offline physically, but mentally, that fade starts to happen.
And you let them carry it, the more they carry it, the more they're okay with it.
That's right. You let that downward, that faded momentum get established, it's hard to change. All right, we got 7-year-old Harley and Ernie from Montgomery, Texas.
Part of Luke Cour's camp.
Posted an 18 on day one. This was, I think, this was, 91. This was our first really good job on that first series. Because he ran first 10 or so dogs. I know. All right, now let this dog roll a little bit. Let's see if.
Better get it right, Ernie.
You need a cast here. Did he get it?
Can't tell.
Well, he blew another whistle, didn't he? Oh, he did get it. Okay. Oh, right. Oh, see, watch how that dog stopped. Now he's gonna have a hard time getting that. Can you see how he coasted and was kind of half hunting it and then stopped? You can learn a tremendous amount about what's going on inside the dog's head in the nature in which they sit. This is a hard cast to get here. Really hard cast to get.
You gotta think, they're dinging him pretty good for being out there. Ernie's staying composed.
Yeah, but you got to fight here a little bit more. To me, I said you have to find the ability to be passionate and not panicky. He's picking up some cast refusals there. Going to give some points back.
I would like to go into a big verbal here. Really change that dog's mind.
Well, that's one thing you can do here. But you see, sometimes you get that coming and they just go into hunt mode. And did he say over or back?
I think he gave him a big verbal back.
Yeah, but he gets
That's changing his mind.
I'd be prone to it. But sometimes that over and back is almost but that's where they want to hunt again.
Same thing. Ooh, the refusals. Every one of them sevens add up a lot quicker than twos.
He popped them out of that zone. But look at that dog's head looks left. He's still in kind of hunt mode. Oh, Ernie's glad he's got that darn mallard in his mouth because he said.
Ernie hung in there.
He did hang in there. Gonna ding him, no doubt about it. Now with that 18, he's got a lot of cushion to move on, but Ernie's here not to just get to the finals. He
No,
wants to
you
win.
hate to give up ground if you don't have to, but again, making that top 18 is what matters.
But remember, everybody, this is only our second of 5 series.
I bet you them 3 judges are tired of counting whistles right now.
They're probably ready for some new scenery. But I promise you, if they're going to do the test that they kind of described and showed me a little bit, there's going to be, it's anybody's ball game.
You know, last year when we judged, my other 2 co-judges and myself, we just decided that we wanted to give plenty of tests. You know, was
Ernie is, well,
smart
ultimate
handle,
conservative,
didn't want
yeah.
him to get over there hunting around that first holding line. Quick handle.
So what are you going to, tell me, your judge, what points there? Handle in the fall area?
No, that was not in the area in my mind because the dog hadn't established a hunt. Carter,
Okay, got it.
There's a good score. Carter blew with a 14. In order for it to be a handle in the area, the dog has to establish a hunt, right? I have to see that as a judge. I need to see that dog drop his head and actively start looking for a bird or make a dog move
So
towards
that's a
the
handle
bird.
to the fall area.
That'd be a handle to the area.
Okay, which is how many points?
2 for the whistle, 20 for the handle to the area, plus you still have to have a score for the mark. And the way that we were kind of taught to score that would be from where the handler blew the whistle. If that dog had turned and gone directly to the bird and picked it up, what would you have given that mark score? That has to get added on top of your 22.
Okay. All right. Went out there and hit that bird nice and solid. So. Well, Carter with that 14 now is our low score with a combined total of 38 at this point. Let me look at. That's right. Carter's got 2 more. He's got the dog that came in with a 6 as well. So Carter's going to have 1, 2, 3 for sure. And he's got a pretty good chance of getting 5 total to the.
Who is this? John Robertson and Kate.
All right. Posted a 17.
Good run in the
And
first.
we got Ernie just ran with the 18. This is that stretch of amateurs that were in the top 7 on day 1 that did such an awesome job. Kate, 4-year-old Labrador female, Ellettsville, Indiana, a Hoosier, a fellow Hoosier. That's where I was born and raised in Northwest Indiana. Good initial line. Just to the right of that brown patch there.
I think you got to engage that dog right there. Right there is where you
Carter
have.
put a whistle.
You got to get them going right.
Now this isn't.
See, I
Got
think
a nice cast though.
Yeah, carried it too.
You know what?
I think they're letting him clear that poison bird. He looks like he's having fun, don't he?
Dog standing up.
Walk it out, walk it out, walk it out.
Now, come on, buddy. See, I would be telling my people, be patient when they're on the right, urgent when they're on the left. But he got another beautiful cast. An absolutely beautiful cast. Well, he's...
Come on, baby, get him in there.
Good. That's all right. Even he turned the wrong way, but now he's got that branch. He's kind of negotiating there. Oh. Okay.
Got through it. One thing I preach though is on that cast. You see a lot of guys when and that dog doesn't immediately take it, they'll bring that hand back down.
Yeah.
You got to have that follow through, I think.
Yeah.
And
I
then
crack my wrist, exaggerate my arm motion.
Yeah.
And
125. Wow.
25. Ruh-roh.
I don't think that's going to do it.
Ruh-roh.
He needed to stay under 104.
Well, it's going to bump the bubble, isn't it? Ernie. 135, 140, it puts him at 143.
Well, Shannon just sent me an updated. That puts Dustin, Owens, and Fancy back in. Our bubble's still at 122, but because they had the tie in this run, Dustin and Ron both had 122. Ron was ahead, but now with with Ernie's bobble, it puts the bubble at 122 with Dustin.
You got Lee Spivey just on the outside looking in at this point with 124 with their second dog, Buzz.
With Buzz. And with 3 more dogs left, and anything can happen for Buzz.
You know, you get mixed feelings when you're up there as a handler. You don't want to wish ill luck to other people, but you certainly want to.
It doesn't hurt your feelings when you get in.
No.
Looks broken down a little short. Going right to that holding line again.
It's hard to decide whether to let this dog sort this out.
Yeah, she's right there. You're close to the area. If she doesn't get it, I wouldn't let her leave there, but she got it.
Okay.
And what I was saying earlier about when you set these tests up as a judge is you really, you got to take time into consideration and logistics and all that, but at the same time you want a quality test that allows room for movement. And I think so far we've had that.
Oh, without a doubt.
We've seen how many moves here just this morning.
I ran up to the judges. I said, "Are you guys this good, or did you get lucky?" And they smiled and laughed a little bit. Well, you got to get.
Oh, we started to question: did they really know what they had set up in that first one? Ooh, that was a good one.
Well, yeah. I tell you what, the long bird was obviously really hard, but the right-hand bird was just golden. I mean, it just like hot.
I think, every bird they put out there has gotten
every bird.
And that's what
I
you
think
want.
that's going to continue. Well, start hard, stay hard. Okay, all right, buddy.
You've got 2 clean marks and a pretty decent blind. I don't think he's got.
He's going.
I don't think he's going to give up a whole lot.
But he broke the trend because the last 2 amateurs posted really high scores. Fancy and Harley. But I think he broke that pattern here.
Like with Dustin and Fancy, I'm sure that after that he was pretty low on himself. But then here it is. He
gets
back
life.
In.
Oh yeah.
You're never out till you're out.
Oh, you're right. You have a series that you're disappointed in, but when you see your name on the callback board, you said, all right, now we're going to make him pay. Well, Carter's back up again.
Carter's
Snow. Got 2 more to run here.
Yeah, it's going to be Snow. Little yellow female. Uh-oh.
We just lost our feed here. I heard something funny over there, so.
I think we lost.
I'm going to have to assume I'm still with y'all.
They're dead over there.
Okay. Well, I'll keep you posted here, Carter. Makes his move. He pulled that dog off the line, adjusted his hat, and kind of took a little time to send. He's launched. This time I would be very surprised if you don't see Carter play this dog exactly like the last one, and he's doing it. I said this yesterday. I was taught on these kinds of blinds, the best way to run this crosswind blind is don't let them on. The minute they hit the downwind side, you handle. All right, Carter, dig in. He's in that critical spot. Got a cast. Is he going to blow again right there?
Right there.
Yeah. right on the edge of the trees. I don't know if you can't see this at home probably. I'm not sure if you can.
Not a bad spot to be, downwind right there. Got it.
All right. Pretty solid. Now, whether you saw that or not, Carter blew a couple real, I would call them proactive versus reactive whistles, just at a, you know, in the early part of the blind, and just not letting that fade to the left even enter that dog's mind, which, in my opinion, is brilliant. It's exactly what you
think he's going to point out that cameraman holding the line and tell her no again?
Yeah, you're right. He did, didn't he? Now, but he didn't switch sides with this dog to the right, and I can't quite tell.
He backed her off the line a little bit. Yeah, I think he might have done. He looks like he backed up, pulled her off the line.
The previous dog, he put his hand down and he said a firm no. And I went like, what? No, different dog. Ooh, he doesn't like it.
Didn't like it. She went hard right.
But she's
he's
liking it better now, though, isn't he? What an...
Got the bird good.
Be darned.
He was worried for a second.
Boy, I thought he was going to throw the duck, slam the duck in the...
Looked like Rob Gronkowski spiking a football.
Yeah. Okay. Well, she had a little hard time picking it up. She probably grabbed it and a weed at the same time, was yanking on it to get it up.
Be careful what weed you grab out there. They bite back.
Some of these do with the burdocks, and especially those mesquite thorns. Oh my goodness, some of them are brutal. All right. Carter got a little bit of a right start on that right bird, and he showed his frustration. And then just about that time, the dog dug left and had a nice mark. Well, he's
pulled her
stepping
off,
out of the batter's box, isn't he?
Getting the line he wants.
You know,
really talking her into this one.
He really is. It's some of the hardest things, you know. Sometimes you try to decide, how hard do you manage some of this? Because sometimes you think, sometimes you can talk him out of the bird, but
looks like
he's in a good spot. You're going to know
cut
how
under the
good
arc a little bit. Now she's pushing out to her bird. That bird's a little tighter angle back than what you'd think. Yeah.
Okay.
Right. Made a big hard move left though.
Yeah, but to me I think that's
working the wind there. She got her bird.
All right.
Be another good score.
Carter's starting to stack them up for the next series, isn't he? And that was Carter and Snow. Came in with a 19, so that ought to safely put him into the next round. All right, everybody. When we wrap this up, we're gonna be making a pretty long move. We got about an hour drive to our next location. So, as soon as we get set up at our next location and get ready to roll, we'll be back on track. We've had this elevated stage and we've had it pretty good. I think we're going to be down on ground level next, which may put us a little closer to the action. Okay. Is this Sean coming up again? Sean with Cosmo?
Sean and Cosmo.
What do you know about Cosmo there, Mike?
Well, from what I can see, he's a black lab.
Okay. Sean's got his uniform on.
I know he's very talented.
He's got kind of
I've seen Sean run him.
Kind of a red and black camo pattern. Interesting.
Sean's not sure which wardrobe to go with. Looks like his closet exploded. But.
And he's got these kind of almost gauntlet gloves a little bit that are all black. So he's obviously got something that he's used.
It worked with Matey though, so I'm not going to knock him too much.
Is that the same exact shirt he wore for the other?
Yeah, same dog. I don't know. Christmas colors? I'm not sure.
It's festive. Okay, well, again, folks, I don't know if you're seeing any of this. Our monitor went down, so I'll do my best to describe it. Okay, right, Cosmo and Sean Jackson. Okay, I just got word that you are getting a feed, so Sean's working the middle part of this blind, which
Here we go.
the latter
Get
part
control.
is important, but setting your blind up for there, got a great cast.
Got a good cast right there.
But when do you blow the next whistle? That's exactly where I would have blown it. I'd like to think I would have blown it there. He's being real proactive here. Now, ooh, can be messy though. Kind of came in. All right, let's see though. He's not in a bad spot if he can knock this cast out. And he
Got
did
him.
exactly
Got him in there. Got him in
did
there.
exactly that. Yeah, I heard the generator. Well, we lost our. Oh, there it is. We're up again.
Generator's spud.
Okay, here we go. We're back. Well, Carter puts out a 25.
25 with snow. That's going to keep him in there good.
Now, I never did see a John Robinson score. Maybe you guys did on TV, so maybe somebody can share that with me if they get a dog number Kate, number 87. I did not see. Okay, Carter, what did we say? 25? Wasn't that what Carter did with snow?
Yeah, 25.
25, okay. Well, puts him at 35, puts him at 44. Okay. Looks like you're in just the right spot here, I think, but I've said that before. Ooh, starts hunting downwind. You're hoping to wind it right there, and I think you just did.
Oh, no. Oh, yep. Did she get it?
Okay. Sean comes up and wins this thing. That camel pattern will start flying off the shelf.
He's a trendsetter.
He is. An influencer.
His home club won event of the year, voted on by his peers.
Oh, cool.
And Firewater is the name of their event, and boy, they put a heck of a show on.
Where is it?
They're in Southwest Arkansas, not far from here, I don't think.
Oh, cool.
I ran it last year, and I mean, those guys, they always put on a good event. He's got a good group of fellow amateurs that support him.
Here. Oh, pretty good spot is an understatement, isn't it?
Yeah, got that bird real nice.
Right. Okay. Well, I just got word that it was voted the best event and best club prize.
Yep. They give a little engraved whiskey barrel and different grades of whiskey to go in them based on the placement. They really go all out.
Well, he keeps this up. We're probably going to be drinking some whiskey. Nice job, Sean.
As long as they don't start giving out those shirts.
And if you guys in the booth have got, can share with me dog number 87 score. I think you may have posted it, but we weren't able to see it. So, okay, who we got coming up here?
We have John Aranov. I think that's how you say his name.
Oh yeah.
Yep.
Okay.
And Cash.
That's our Minnesota handler, is it not?
This dog's got some serious talent.
Yeah.
Ran a real nice event in Wisconsin this year.
Yes.
Wisconsin or Michigan, I forgot which one. I remember meeting Mr. Paul up there.
Years ago, I did a workshop up in Minnesota and saw this dog, and there we go, Santi, Minnesota, 6-year-old black male, 6 years old, in his prime. Switches sides. Paul, did I say John? I'm sorry. Paul, that's my bad, but I was really struck, I remember.
Good whistle right there. I like that whistle.
Paul and his rapport with this dog. Yeah, there's that
burdock you were talking about, right?
Yep,
As that
right.
dog passes it.
And Carter was. See, I think this is a more critical part of the blind than is obvious. He may have looked over at the poison bird, but he said, "No, I'm not going for it." But I don't think he quite got the directional change he was wanting. So, He's definitely looking. Yeah, you've got to go. You got to get off the poison bird. Now you got to get him back over on line. And the longer, further out they get, the harder it is to get that change. You got to just. You see right when the momentum shifted there?
Yeah.
Watch this now. He's going to give a right-handed cast. You see his right shoulder now.
Get one more. Get one more to solidify your cast.
The minute you quit gaining ground on this cast is the minute you start losing ground. See, you're losing ground now. Because sometimes I'm going to blow cast.
I've never heard it put that way. That's a good way to put it. When you're not gaining, you're losing, even if you're on the same line.
And a couple of those, my thoughts, I'm going to cast and I'm going to blow regardless.
Yep.
I'm going to give them 2 steps, I'm going to blow and stop them in their tracks.
It's like double whistling to get off a point.
Yes. And when I get that, sometimes you can rapid fire and change the tide a little bit. Now listen, I've done it because I've struggled and, all right, dog's a little more careful here, but that's where they want to hunt. You can see those branches. There's a limb down there. I told you I walked out there, I couldn't help it. I wanted to see the ending of that, so.
I almost let her go right there. Let her go.
Yeah, she's kind of.
Or him.
He's kind of trailing into it. Okay.
The one thing that's scary about a double whistle in this game, the thing about this, if that judge is looking down to right on his tally sheet and you give that quick whistle.
Does he interpret as a cast refusal?
Almost all the time. It happens.
Well, listen.
But
you know, at that point, if you really got to change the tide, there's that. All right, 36 for.
It's where you really hope that they're watching the dog.
But
so you give that toot, they almost think, oh,
but
the dog
if it
did
makes
something wrong.
If that changes the pattern, and you have now.
And then it could pay off because
they save you
spending 7 to prevent 14. Yeah.
And I'm only sharing what if I was standing there. I mean, what I think I would do. What I'd like to think I'd do. See, that's where I think the really good handlers, not when everything's going well, but how they can right the ship. Let's say that when it starts to get a little messy. All right, nice mark there.
How we handle adversity defines who we are.
Oh, yes. Okay. He's got a little different style. He doesn't really try to settle them until he. And some dogs just won't give you the look with the previous bird in their mouth.
I really like backing up off that mat and getting that first walk up where they're looking right where you want them to go.
I was saying that one of the handlers in the field trial game that was been real successful in recent years is Alex Abraham. Alex was a professional bowler, and you folks at home have heard me say it. His routine was that he'd walk back on every retrieve and then take 3 steps in. Nice marks, good marks there for cash. He'd back up, just like you said, and walk the dog into the next line. Every time he'd step off the mat, he wouldn't necessarily take the bird there, but he'd back up 3 steps and walk directly at the line.
You look down at those mats and all those rows of dots.
Yeah, sometimes we
can pick out the row.
Yeah.
And we try to in training. I preach it to my amateurs. We're going to pick out the row we want to walk up on.
Yeah. Yeah, your last 3 steps to the mat, because they're going to be, their spine's going to be pointing the direction you're walking.
Exactly, and it's a lot easier to get the line you want when you're not bumping and pulling and heeling and hearing.
Yep. Okay. Little bit of challenge on the blind. Good mark.
Pretty good marks.
Pretty solid marks is right.
I don't think it was enough to drop him out of anything.
Nope, I don't either.
Maybe lose a little ground, but he still should make the cut.
Okay.
What do we got? We got a little test shot in the field.
Yeah.
Got a hair trigger out.
Somebody with an
left
itchy
gun.
trigger finger. Yeah. I'll tell you what, they're using the gas-propelled guns. In the day when we were using popper guns, that'd scare you.
Yeah.
Because the blank 12-gauge popper loads
I had a bird boy one time use that gas gun over and over and over trying to scare a snake away while the dog was running. It was not conducive to good dog training.
Now I'll tell you what, but the barrel, the end of those, it's hot coming out of the end of those deals. I've seen the guys kind of blow a hole in their jacket, but it's not as
Leo
dangerous.
Joseph.
All right, we got
Tex.
Leo Joseph.
Rivertown Retrievers out of Natchez, Mississippi.
Saw a picture of his property.
Boy, he's got some nice water.
Yeah, and there was a field trialer. Danny Farmer designed that for a client of his named Buddy McDuff back in the day. And it was a kind of a replica of Rex's property in California. It was known as CL2 now. That's all right.
I judged the amateur only there a couple of years ago, and it was, you could get really creative there.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, it's pretty important cast right here. He winded that.
Smell the poison bird.
He went no hands back there, did the dog. Oftentimes the dog will spin opposite of his previously given cast on a no hands back, but now you got to deal with the crow. Boy, he got a nice cast there.
Got a good cast into the wind.
So again, I'm trying to tell myself to be patient here. But right when that bend starts, you better jump on it. Now this is going to be an important.
Ooh, cast refusal.
Yeah, he went with a verbal, and I bet you he would take that back. Now he's going silent, but the dog's acting like he's either doesn't like the cast he's getting. Dog jumped those branches. See, hard to see, but again, this is one of those deals where you have to assume the dog can see.
This is scary because that dog can pop out left.
Yeah, he was sitting there the whole time. Yep. He never moved until he gave.
Does he have a bird? It looks like he went right under.
He did. He got. That's where you want a good, strong come-in whistle. And the dog came straight in.
Not winding it right there.
Now,
there he goes.
See, he's coming from such a different angle than we've been seeing. We couldn't tell. And if he wouldn't have
that
gotten
last verbal drove him out of there and had to bring him back.
I obviously punched him a little bit upwind. Well, you know what? Could have been a lot worse. All right. Cash and Paul get an 84. Boys, they gave him some.
So he lost some ground, but he should be in there.
Yeah, well, it was all in that blind.
Yep.
So that puts him at 99, does it?
Here we go. Look at this. Got a camera shot of a truck pulling in over there. Team Southern Way.
Oh, okay. All right. All right. That Paul dropped in the rankings, but he's still he'll be joining us in the third. Now we're getting down to our elite group from the first series.
I think he winded that first camera blind, but then he worked it out pretty quick.
Oh yeah. Nice.
They're still hunting.
He said, all right, he knows it's in there, but he's a little short. Did he wind it right there? Well, I tell you what, he winded it on the way to the blind, so.
He should know something's in there. He got it.
Okay. Tex came in with a 13 from his previous, for the first series.
With that left hand speckle belly, that's pushing him right. That has Jimmy Rogers written all over it.
Oh yeah, he just knew exactly the one that was going to deflect him. Yeah, and you know, so often it's something in the foreground, whether it's a decoy that you put there or a clump of cover or. Looks like, I mean, he's in a good spot there. Let's just, the best spot to be is standing over the top of the bird with the. When you get there.
I think he said, oh, he got it real good.
Hit it hard.
Yeah,
All
I think
right.
the bird took a favorable bounce, was landing out in the kind of the open, short cover.
Okay.
Little trouble on his blind there. Pretty good marks. Little hunt on the right-hand bird.
Coming in with a 13.
And where's our open bubble?
We were at 93 the last time you marked it. With Clark, Hennington, and Toombs.
We're past that. We're at 94.
Oh, that's right. Onyx. That's right. That's
Steven.
right. That's when you said. So it's going to have to jump to get Chuck and Harley back in the ball game. And
what did he come in here with? Leo came in here with a 13.
So
he needs to stay under 81 points to make this cut. And I think I'm interested to see the score.
yes, because that's a different. We started to see the pattern when the dogs got left and got messy around the trees on that blind, but he got himself a little deep. But boy, it never really felt.
It didn't feel like he lost control of the situation. We know they were dinging you pretty good for getting left in the trees. We'll see what they do about going deep. Canadian field champion.
All right.
Qualified field champion.
Yeah, right. So I got that FTCH is or CFC, same thing.
Yep.
Canadian field champion. The QFTR is
Okay,
that he qualified all age in Canada, and the JFTR meant that he got
equivalent
on the
to
Derby
the
list
Derby.
in Canada. So
The
I
dog
didn't know
Barrett that I'm running, he's a FTCH Canadian field champion.
Okay. So Matt's talking to Clark, and
I think Clark's going to ask to come right back up.
so they're just okay. Matt just suggested they.
Pat, tell me your thoughts on when you get the no bird. Do you like to? I know it's going to
Yeah.
be dog dependent. Do you go back? Do you come right back up? What are your thoughts?
Yeah. Well, it kind of depends. See, if I'm early in the first series and it just buys me some time to study a little more, I'll take advantage of it by going back.
Yep.
The one time I do like to come right back, I get that no bird on that long retired
bird.
gun.
Get you another look at it. There you go.
I'll come right back because sometimes that it just seems to make that dog concentrate more on that bird. It's almost like a little bit of a correction, like, hey, pay attention more this time.
Now, when that judge calls no bird, would you give him maybe a strong sit before?
Mm-hmm.
Give him a little attention getter?
Yeah. Okay. There's that bird doctor right there. He just passed. It'll be interesting. See, it's just all right.
Oh, winded his poison bird there.
Goes verbal to kind of punch him. Right there, he really winded it. He made a little bit of a move for it.
Ooh, ooh.
Kicks out of it. He's still not
still on
quite
his
giving
mind,
up on
ain't
the
it?
thought, has he?
Yeah.
Yeah. He went with silence away from it. When he went to verbal, he kind of punched him out of there. Now you're in
He's
the
still
middle
kind
phase.
of got Hunt on his mind a
Yeah,
little
he does.
bit.
He's got his nose dropped a little bit. Makes you a little nervous about getting this cast. Because when they want to hunt, well, you got a cast. And maybe that's just this dog's style, but his tail's cracking and his nose is down, so it feels, and he's standing up there.
Oh, he's got Hunt on
You're
his
getting
mind.
all kinds of, he goes with a big firm back, and it kind of maybe changed his attitude, but ooh.
Good whistle.
Yeah.
What are you going to do here? Just doesn't want to punch in there.
This dog is he's been in a little bit of seek and destroy mode. He's really wanted to.
I think every little dog scent, bird scent, is just going to make him hunt. But he got in there.
Never lost him.
Never maintained control.
Kept him in sight, but took a few extra whistles to convince him. So when you go with a big verbal back like that, and the dog goes in the direction, but doesn't really carry the cast, hunts right there. Leo Joseph got a 38 there. Is that a cast refusal to you, or is that just another whistle?
I think if that dog, if you cast and he starts hunting immediately, that's going to be a cast refusal.
All right.
You got to ask yourself in every cast, did he make progression to the line, to the blind, to the blind, or to the handler?
Okay, that puts Leo in the clubhouse of the second series with a 51 in solid shape there.
So they didn't ding him too bad for going deep.
No. I think you know what? These judges have proven that they appreciate you keeping that dog in sight and not letting him get left. Well, that's what they liked about the blind, the challenge of that left side. And if you struggle on that, that's what they're giving you a little bit of grief for.
All right there, Tigger, you smelled this bird
sense.
pretty good on your way out. You should get it good.
Yeah. From the looks of the way the dog is on the blind, you're not going to have a hard time trying to get him to hunt. Okay, good solid mark there.
Clark had to dig way in the back of the closet to get that old school camouflage. That KW1, they don't make that. Well, I think they started making it again, but
it was a camo pattern that part of the reason you think the dogs see it better.
Yes, absolutely.
So if the dogs see it better, does the bird see it better? And is that why they quit making it?
I think they quit making it because it
wasn't as effective as...
There was something with the companies and copyrights, but for a while when they quit making the KW1 pattern, they were like your green monsters. They started bringing a premium on the black market.
Oh, that's funny.
If you had one, you had something.
Yeah. So you had to lock your wardrobe compartment?
Oh,
people don't steal it?
For sure.
Okay.
And they'd ask to borrow a jacket. You wouldn't hand them that one.
It's hard for me to tell from this angle where we are in relation. You see him hunting and covering some ground. Yeah, he's just a little left of the bird, and actually, is he a little short maybe? Yeah, he's a little short.
He got the bird.
Oh no, I guess not. Okay.
Intelligent hunt.
Yeah, a hunt.
No, I am not opposed to an intelligent hunt.
Okay.
I sure like it when they get it quick, but
let's safely get Clark moving on. He's at 11. It should take a pretty messy run to get knocked out here with these numbers.
I think he's going to settle in there just fine.
So how many dogs? We've got...
I think we're down to our
2 dogs?
2. Yeah. We've got Carter and Riggs coming up.
I'll tell you what, I thought they were a little too optimistic, thinking they could knock this out in 2 hours, but they did.
They were on it this morning. They were efficient.
Yes. Well, the weather helped.
This is a little 3-year-old dog, really young dog too. Owned by, I know the owner's Mr. Clint Beatty.
Chocolate. Is it a female?
Male.
Male. Chocolate male. Okay, Tigger. Or this is, no, excuse me, this is Rig.
Rig. Yep.
Tigger is the one that just ran. There we go. From Patterson, Georgia. Carter's staying, he doesn't change wardrobe. Once he found the wardrobe he likes, he gives him a little hand clap.
Pull Rig up a little bit right there. Let him know you're not in trouble. We're going to run a little blind here, Rig.
Okay, Carter makes a little pull, draws him in towards him. Looks like he's got a fix he wants. Got the line he wanted. Pulls out his emergency whistle.
Yeah, safety whistle.
That verbal just, you know the dog had to smell them, but he didn't. All right,
in a really good spot.
I say, this is a spot to be patient, in my opinion. He went. He goes verbal on this left-handed cast because he doesn't want to get too much, and it's almost sometimes impossible not to get too much. But he got a beautiful right-handed silent cast. I mean, and when I say beautiful, I mean beautiful.
Good cast. Good blind, really nice.
Oh, Carter's feeling it today. You got to find a boat for him to jump in and out of.
We leave the boats at home, Pat.
If you didn't know, Carter last year on the final series.
He does have a canny ability to think outside the box. And that's
I'll tell you what, you see that there? The dog started to either make wind. If that dog would have spit that bird out and grabbed the other one, that blind would have been all for naught.
All for nothing.
He kind of, you notice he swings him, kind of pulls him a little bit.
Did you
now.
see that when he did start whistling to him, he was good, here, you know, keeping that dog
Yeah, 'cause
paused.
you don't want to tell him he
go
can't
back
have
in there.
it.
Yeah, you got to go
'Cause-
back in there and get that.
Well. Nice. One more good mark here, and he's gonna
stay.
He's gonna give himself a pretty nice position moving on, but still got one more to do. I'm gonna move over. I want to watch this from a different angle.
Looks like he's pushing him outside that decoy. Oh, now he's pulled him in. He's taking his time.
Pretty firm send. Now this dog just went out and stomped that first series, so maybe you don't want to send too firm because he's really responsive to long retired, but he's in a good spot here. Oh my goodness.
Good mark. Woo. Good run.
I'll tell you what. I don't
think he
know
gave up
how
any
you
ground
could
with
have
that
run
run.
a much better first and second series
No,
combined.
the dog is working really well with Carter.
Did we see a Clark score? I was jumping around. I don't know if we did. And Tigger. And is it our final dog's coming up, isn't it?
It's going to be Nick Morris and Lobo coming up.
46, 52.
There's Carter's son coming to deliver his celebratory Cheetos to Rig.
Tell you.
Here, Rig, get your
Eat or
Cheeto,
eat.
buddy.
Look at him. Oh yeah, here comes the Cheetos for the.
What they can call them supplements. Those are supplements. Rig appreciated that Cheeto.
So Riggs probably has that little sign-in box. Will retrieve for Cheetos.
We'll retrieve for Cheetos.
Oh, there they go. Well, there you see him in the background. Riggs is hoping for one. He said, "You'll get one more Cheeto." Maybe it's like you see at the football games when the teams score, they do push-ups for every point.
Rig gets
Maybe she
Cheetos.
gets a Cheeto for every series she gets through.
We're gonna have a little rebird break with one dog.
Rebird for one dog. Well, there they are. Judges are.
Here goes our head marshal.
Nourishment, staying hydrated. Mr. Rogers there.
Head Marshal Matt Emerson taking off to do the one bird rebird.
Well, and I think the guys are starting to think about their vision on their next test now. They looked at it a few days ago. We had a big rain. Water might be up a little bit.
Yeah.
I'm not sure if it was enough to raise that pond level, but I'm excited to see that score there. We haven't popped in yet.
I'm thinking it's going to be sub 20.
So do we have, okay, so the scores I don't have, and maybe I just missed them. Well, obviously we don't have Carter's score, but I didn't see Tigger's score, did you?
I did
Number
not.
18. And because we lost our monitor, I don't have John Robertson, dog 87.
19 for Carter and Rick.
19.
Oh, it's going to be under 20. It was a good run. Really nice.
Okay. Ooh. Okay, so Carter posts a 19, puts him at 25.
Pretty good lead going into the third.
38 is Carter's other dog. So he's right now. Carter's the two lowest score. Well, I don't know. I haven't seen. Okay, I haven't seen Clark's score, who came in with 11. Okay, we just got word there was a Little gun malfunction. That's why they took that second, but they're coming in. I think they're ready to roll. Well, 10:30. What's a feasible? You got an hour drive.
Thought about it a lot. I think we're running by 2:30, 3 o'clock.
You think it's that long, huh? Yeah.
Hour
drive, 2 hour setup?
2 hours. I mean, it takes a lot the production has to move and reset.
Yeah, a lot of moving parts.
A lot of moving parts, and these guys are extremely talented at it. That's one part that I didn't understand and appreciate until I judged last year was the production of this. Like, these guys are professionals.
Oh.
Like,
and
to tear down that jib camera and set it up, and I mean, it's impressive.
Well, I was saying, when he told me that thing breaks down into little hard cases like gun cases, and
I told him he told me and then he told me he would buy plates, the weights on the counter balance weights when he got there, because the baggage fees were getting too high.
Oh yeah. Look at they're weightlifting.
Yep, weightlifting plates
for barbells.
All right, we got Nick and Lobo, who was our low score in the first series.
This is our final dog in this test.
There we go. Looks like you got a good look at that walk-up bird.
I tell you, they're obviously rewarding those low score, but sometimes that waiting to the end, it can be a mixed blessing. From Blackville, South Carolina.
Nick is a student of Mr. Stephen Durrance.
Uh-huh. Well coached.
Well coached.
All right. Gets a little bit of a left start. Got a nice cast there, though. Well, there's our burdock right there. That may.
Right with that.
I like that whistle there. Dog changes direction, but he's going to win that poison bird here in a second. Goes with that big firm. Doesn't even put a hand up. See how he stepped over, but he got the turn he wanted. And the reason you do that is to emphasize as straight a back as you can, and he got exactly what you'd hope. All right, he's entering the middle part of it. Here's our...
I like the pace this dog's running at.
Yes, he does have...
Very controllable.
This is a real critical zone, and you feel good about this. You just got to make good, proactive decisions as that handler. I like that.
You like that whistle?
I really like that. Yes, I do.
Would you have gone verbal there?
No, not now. I'll tell you what.
Gave a big,
maybe it was.
Did
it break his momentum down?
Yeah. Kind of gone into hunt mode.
I'll tell you what I would do. I'd be going verbal now, and he did. Okay, he got him out of hunt mode. Now he's got to put him on the bird. Which he just...
Right there. Ooh, he's a little short. This is that danger coming whistle.
Do not blow the come in whistle, please.
And
he didn't.
Do not do it, Nick. He heard you, Pat.
I was like, please don't blow a coming whistle there.
I could hear Steven in the truck over there. You better not.
And he didn't.
No.
You got to cast him into that scent cone, and it's just, at 230 yards, you're talking about not even 23 inches.
No.
Okay. I'm sure we'll be doing a little quick, maybe leaderboard looking at wrap-up here, and then you're going to lose us for a while we change locations. Gust of wind just threw my stuff off the table. Okay, here we go. Got the blind in the box. Now he's going to talk him into these marks. Dog looks like you notice how he kind of looks at the handler a little bit. You can just sense that this dog's a real team player.
Ooh. With that commanding lead, you can't let him get over there and hunt. I'd almost just want to put him on that bird quick.
My goodness.
Yeah. My dog really committed to going right and hunting.
Whew, well, God, I just, that is the most peculiar move I see dogs.
Seven dogs did that today.
And
that one was even short of the camera blind we were worried about.
Look at him, he's still staring over there. You think they threw some Cheetos over there? I don't know.
No, because Riggs would have been over there chewing the tree down. But that didn't happen.
There's no way I can figure out exactly what.
There, got on the bird.
I mean, there's nothing the handler could have done.
I mean, that obviously wasn't where he sent it.
I mean, it's something they're winding. I mean, why would a dog make a 90-degree right there
turn
and go right to
short
the spot?
of both gun stations?
I mean, I don't know what you could win there. All right, now. All right, now you just got to settle in. This is like, all right, you gave up a home run here. You got.
Talk him into it, Nick. Take your time.
Yeah, because you don't want to handle him
Take your time. Let him settle.
This is your nerves can get the best of you.
Send him downwind.
Okay, all right. You'd be a little afraid he'd break hard left,
yeah.
But he didn't, actually, and he read that right. All right, come on, Lobo. Keep your head about you, buddy. Yeah, I think he's going to be just fine.
Nailed it.
All right.
Nailed it.
That's the way to come back and hit it. Good for him. Got a ding there, but
still thinking. I mean, he's going to be.
It's early. Well, you know, we got 3 to go, 3 series to go. We're going to look at a leaderboard here in a.
I think this is Nick's first Crown Championship as well, so he's holding together well.
So I'm going to fill in some empty numbers that I didn't get here when I see the leaderboard. Well, series number 2 in the books. Or on the board, at least.
Okay, I found this on the web for number 2 in the books. Check it out.
My iPad just decided to tell me about number 2 in the books. All right, here we go. Here's our finale for series number 1 and 2 combined. Well, these are higher scores that aren't going to move on. We're looking at the open division here.
And where was our open cutoff? At 94.
Yes. That's
Steven
what we
Durrance
had.
and Onyx. It's going to be our dog in 18th place, it looks like.
So it looks like Harley and McCall are going to be just outside the bubble, right?
Yeah.
That's the one that's outside looking in, is what we call that, huh? There's Steven with that 91. So Steven's got 2, we think. There you go. Well, you're looking at 86s, 92s, a couple 86s.
93 just squeaking in there. Another 85, 94, 74, 84 sneaking in there with red.
Dropped out of it there. Rhodey's dropped out of it there with the.
Boy, we've lost some really nice dogs.
Yeah. Carter 38. Carter really stepped it up today. Really stepped it up today.
Roll Tide, baby, roll Tide.
Sean Jackson just made a drive-by, and there we go. All right, 25.
Giving
Carter,
us some grief for picking on his shirt a little bit.
81, 51, 44. Well, these dogs are all comfortably in the moving on. All right, here's our amateur division. Well, these are the outside looking in dogs. I've not seen a Nick Morris score yet.
And we were at 122 was our bubble in the amateur.
So let's look for 80, dog 87 here. Well, we won't see that.
What was the name? Sean Robertson.
Yeah, John Robertson and Kate.
Coming up on the next page.
We're going to see that. Okay.
I think only one dog DNF.
115 is that our bubble still, or is it 122?
I think it's 122. I think Ron got in with Chop.
Okay. Okay. 91. Okay, where am I looking for? We're looking for John Robertson. Is he in there? Okay. Okay, 60s, 97. I guess pretty good about that
I think
100.
there should be one more page.
Yeah, we are. There's all
Right
right,
there,
there's
Kate
John
with a
Robertson,
25.
That's nice.
Good run. 2 good runs.
What's his total? 42.
42 for a total.
Okay. And Nick?
Nick with 100,
dropped
100. He makes it in there, but boy, he gave a lot up.
He did, didn't he? All right.
Well, Mr. Pat, I have sure enjoyed sitting up here with you.
All right. Well, everybody, that wraps up our second series. And great having you at the 2024 Super Retriever Series Crown Championship, presented by Eukanuba. Again, I'm your host, Pat Burns, and I enjoyed my time with Mr.
Thanks,
Mike
Pat.
Dammer.
I sure enjoyed it.
Buddy, that was great. Always enjoy it. Look forward to next time.
Yeah, hopefully I don't get to come up here and do it again because I'm out there winning this thing.
All righty. Well, best of luck.
Thanks,
to
Pat.
ya. And everybody, well, grab a snack, take a little break, but I hope you join us. We're going to start the third series, and if it's what I think it is, you're going to want to watch it. Okay? Well, we'll see you soon, everybody.
The Super Retriever Series Crown Championship is presented by Eukanuba. Sporting dogs give us everything we ask and then some. Their nutrition should do the same. By Shreveport-Bossier Sports Commission, we are focused on you. Louisiana Tourism, feed your soul. And by Lucky Duck Kennels.
Your puppy only gets one start to set the foundation for a lifetime of performance at your side. Fuel growth and activity, support digestive health, and give him a training edge to one day flush, point, track, retrieve. So when the gear comes out, he'll be ready. Make every milestone count with game-changing puppy fuel. Eukanuba Premium Performance Puppy Pro.
The Shreveport-Bossier Sports Commission is here to help you with your amateur, collegiate, professional, or Olympic sporting event. Centrally located in the Arklatex area, Shreveport-Bossier is a premier sports destination, ideal for hosting sporting events of any size. With our wide variety of venues, including stadiums, convention centers, rivers, and universities, we are sure to have the perfect location for any event. Our team is ready to make your event a success. Visit us online at ShreveportBossierSports.com or on Facebook at Shreveport-Bossier Sports Commission and let us host your next event.
Two birds of a feather. We flock together every day, and I'll do anything to protect that loyalty. Durable, dependable, and downright dirty. And I'm not just talking about my dog. This 5-star crash test rated kennel is lightweight, secure, and made right here in America. Loyalty goes both ways.
Dating back to 1874, the American Field Sportsman's Journal was delivered to the homes of sporting dog enthusiasts and hunters across America, paving the way for the all-around sportsman's publication. Now under the ownership of the United Kennel Club, the American Field Sportsman's Journal is reborn as an upgraded version of its original grandeur, celebrating the lifestyle for those who value a day in the field with canine hunting companions. The new journal will be a quarterly publication designed once again to showcase our way of life with all sporting dogs, including bird dogs, retrievers, hounds, beagles, and other types of hunting and working dogs. We will also embrace the outdoor lifestyle, bringing attention to wild game, cooking techniques, veterinary medicine, conservation matters, and game shooting topics, all right to the fingertips of our readers. From first-time handlers to lifelong dog owners, we value everyone's story, and we're working to cultivate a community of like-minded individuals who dedicate their lives to their hunting dogs. We invite you to join our movement as we honor our past, embrace our future, and provide a gateway for hunters and handlers of all levels to explore the unbreakable bond we share with our dogs.
Training the dogs is one thing, but training the people, that's really where it is, because now they can be better to their dogs. Their dogs can trust them more, and they're going to be more successful. And I've done a lot of coaching of people at nationals, and it's really what turns me on, is putting together the dog-handler combination and helping them understand each other. And, well, success is bound to happen when you can do that.
In my Louisiana, the day starts at 4 a.m. In my Louisiana, every meal is a celebration.
My Louisiana really makes me wonder.
Ours is fast!
With real-life swamp creatures!
In my Louisiana, music is a way of life.
My Louisiana is sheer magic.
From sun up to sundown.
Till sunup again. What will your Louisiana be?
When you find your Louisiana, you feed your soul.
They're partners, ready to do whatever it takes. Athletes that pound for pound can outrun, outwork, and outperform anybody you're watching on Sunday. No contract required. You don't waste that kind of potential. You train it, fuel it, unleash it. You feed nutrition that holds nothing back. The Eukanuba Premium Performance Lineup.
Buying an RV should be easy. I found the perfect RV for my family at BayouOutdoor.com. Bayou Outdoor made the whole process so easy with their great low prices.
Come see a line of Brinkley campers new to the industry. You'll find customer-driven product designs in the lineup of fifth wheels, travel trailers, and toy haulers. Come check out the Brinkley collection today.
So stop wasting time with other RV dealers and get your family camping now. Bayou Outdoor Supercenter, Bossier City, Louisiana.
The Super Retriever Series Crown Championship would like to thank Shreveport-Bossier Sports Commission for the opportunity to showcase our Retriever teams. We would also like to thank the sponsors of the Shreveport-Bossier Sports Commission. Super Retriever Series Crown Championship would like to thank all our gifting sponsors for their donations to our competitor teams.